Hello everybody and welcome back once more to Ace Attorney. I am the OutbackAl.
I'm hot for justice.
I'm CheerandCosplay.
I'm NV Jitters.
I'm CheerandCosplay.
And I'm Kozi.
And we are finally going to prove something. We're going to prove it means it can't be done. The thing with the badger.
What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker.
Don't look at me. I didn't put it there.
So, shouldn't the blue badger be moved, though?
I don't know.
Because you could walk behind it.
Maybe.
That's the problem.
Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically.
I don't think anyone did, so it's fine. Emma.
The disturbed paint means someone moved it?
Probably.
Maybe.
I think that's just part of it. I think he was built like that. On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker.
So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in.
Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
You have allowed
Now?
far more.
Now?
It may,
Well,
buddy,
Balderdash.
buddy, let me
It's a fun
tell
game.
you, it may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room,
Colonel Mustard was killed by the maid with a banana.
blood was spilled not once, but twice.
But how?
One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time. I'm gonna throw this out there. I don't think we ever saw someone pass in front or behind that thing.
Yeah.
Looking back.
Well,
Someone.
No, we saw them passing behind it.
No,
Yeah,
they were
that's
behind
what I
it when
mean.
they were behind it when they were down the hall.
No, when they were walking by it, that's why the flag was waving in front of them.
yeah.
I don't think we did. I think we need to look at that again, but I don't think we did.
Who cares?
Yeah, I think his head was just cut off.
Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been. It had to have been. Detective Goodman when he was really murdered!
What?
That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim.
I object to your objection. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. You object my objection?
So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred.
When did the first incident occur?
To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room.
That's right.
God!
That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this.
Very well. Then tell us, when did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented.
Proof is in the pudding.
Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that.
The log.
What is it?
Now then,
Oh, yeah.
will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place? Oh my god.
I guess it would be the log, wouldn't it? Because someone came in before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 520.
Goes Edgeworth.
420. 420, baby!
There's the 420.
If the crime took place inside the evidence room, and the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required.
An ID card. Oh!
Yes, the ballistic
ID
markings of the
card
wallet.
record. Oh my god.
Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at... Let's see here. Oh, that's not me.
Let's see here. 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be... 4... Ah! Ah!
No.
Miss Miles Edgeworth!
Miss
Just
Miles
what have you
Edgeworth? I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy.
How would he have done it in 10 minutes?
Ow.
Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me.
Nope, I ain't getting it.
I'm afraid I don't understand either. Me too!
Same. It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood.
That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away. By the real murderer.
I would have just had 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible.
We're not denying
That
we
would
aren't
mean-
talented.
The crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Dun dun dun!
Let's look at the chart again.
We don't know who 7777777 is.
There's only one other card number remaining. 7777777.
Watch it be Lana's.
Talk about a lucky number.
But wait! That doesn't make any sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room?
Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 7777777.
Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 777777777.
I think there was an extra 7 in there.
I don't care.
Oh!
That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present.
What? Explain yourself, son.
Son.
The ID number 7777777 belongs to someone with the rank of captain or higher. Someone who's a so-called executive officer. Gant. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity.
What? Yes, you do.
But that's ridiculous. Just how...
I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
damn.
There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority.
If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted.
An official charge. You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and forgeries.
Excuse you?
That's how the prosecutor's office operates.
I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself.
Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
No, not you. Not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Oh my god, was she here the whole time?
Yeah.
Your own little executive. Lana.
don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number. And it's not 777777.
Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident.
The SL9 incident?
Yep. Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence?
Now's not the time, Marshall.
Too late,
Do you
the
need
case
the
is
wit-
closed.
Yeah. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor?
This is really not. I'm a taker.
Okay.
I haven't talked. I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth.
2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time,
Occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did.
Meh? Nani?
Lana.
I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Defendant, just what are you saying?
I'm Batman.
Did
I'll ask
they
you.
set up a
I don't know. There's so many of these things.
another podium?
Everyone's walking around with a little handheld podium. I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did?
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't.
I don't have to, Officer Marshall.
Why won't you answer him?
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved.
But Lana.
That's fucking vigilantism, okay.
Even if it involved forging evidence.
That's bad.
Yeah. Not great.
See? That's what I'm talking about.
No!
Order! 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 Order!
Lana's remarks caused such a stir, the chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. To be continued.
No.
To be contained.
Yeah.
You know, for people that have played the other two games in the original trilogy, are the cases in those games as long as this one?
Yes.
The extra ones? Yes.
The extra ones, not the, regular ones.
Not the main
Yeah.
feed.
Because
I don't know.
this is like the length
last
of
trial of 3 is pretty long.
My thing about this, and this kind of was what I was also thinking when Von Karma got, we found out that he was dirty. It kind of puts every single case they've ever tried into question and reopens all of them for the possibility of wrongdoing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So...
Yeah, except, most of these people are probably dead already.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a whole...
That's Japanifornia for you.
Whole thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to keep going?
Yeah, let's keep going.
Are we calling it?
I mean, this episode hasn't been that long yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep going.
It's unfortunate that the perfect ending came in the middle of this episode.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? February 24th, 3:12 p.m. Wright and Cole
did
law
we?
offices.
I think I saved, but I'm gonna do it
Yeah,
just in
you
case.
saved.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. We're investigating. Everything's fine.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright.
You just said that so Canadian.
I'm sorry for what I said about what my sister said.
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. It's almost like we just heard this.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Good. So you're not an accomplice.
I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Darke killings.
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me.
Yeah, how did you not know that there was a serial killer in your area?
He was too busy with art school.
Hot serial killers in your area.
Yeah.
They want to talk to
wanted-
you.
Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly, I almost just said Drake.
Should we convict Drake?
Yeah.
That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me.
What happened?
Sorry, what? What do you mean, what happened to you?
It's all there in the file. Joe Darke's last victim was prosecutor Neil Marshall. I was a witness. That's everything you need to know. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
Which were? But what do
Were
you
you
have
the
to do
incriminating
with...
piece of evidence?
Yeah, what do you have to do with the killings, Emma? Ema? Yzma?
On the night prosecutor Neil
Yzma.
Marshall was murdered, Joe Darke tried to kill me.
Damn, and he wasn't successful. What? He tried to kill you? Yeah, he got an onion for a head.
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
So that means you...
Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Darke trial.
I didn't see that one coming. And apparently your psychic ass didn't either.
Oh, can Phoenix not read?
No.
I can't read.
Might as
I
well
can't read.
chit
Is this
chat.
another Zack situation?
Yeah. And we thought Gumshoe couldn't read. Tell me all about it.
It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office.
Joe Darke.
It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Jake Marshall's brother?
Joe Darke tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then,
What happened?
I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now.
A permanent picture. I would have after that. Or talk about the permanent picture, either one. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred?
Darke knocks down Mr. Marshall and raises his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently, I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Poor Ema. You've been through so much.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident.
Well,
It was really hard because there was nobody in the court that day.
also, if it was in front of Lana as well, I feel like that's your main witness.
I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago, you must have been 14. That's understandable.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd be a scientific investigator.
And you're failing.
I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies. And find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way Lana would never have to forge any.
Wow.
I see.
So she knew she had forged it.
Think I'm starting to finally understand what makes this moron tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. Which crime?
There's one
How many
thing.
multiple crimes that have been committed here?
I don't remember the moment when Drake stabbed Mr. Marshall. Damn it. When Darke stabbed Mr. Marshall. It's the E on the end.
Yep, they know. So you weren't able to testify about that.
No, I only was asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime.
Huh? What? Made it up. You even provided bogus. What? There was a dead guy. She was also a witness.
Yeah.
What did she stab Marshall?
Oh my gosh.
She completed the killing to make it look like. Oh my god.
No, I think that she made or tried to make Emma testify that she'd seen the stabbing. So when Emma didn't, Lana did.
Okay, but
Yeah.
was he not stabbed? Like, what's the problem here?
Yeah.
Well, if Lana testified she had seen it as a witness when she hadn't, that's still phony evidence.
I thought
Yeah.
she just said they were both
Don't
in
tell
the
us.
room when he burst in.
No.
No.
Emma was
She
alone.
was in there
Okay.
waiting for her.
Okay.
When she came to, Lana was there.
Yeah. The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth.
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened.
So it's true. It was all your fault, even though he may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, not really.
After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today.
That stick up her ass.
No, you know what? I would be pretty... Just because you couldn't tell people what you saw, I had to pretend I was there.
She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma.
Oh boy.
Something's puzzling my puzzler, though. And my puzzler's getting sore. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma.
What is it?
Well, you said you were in Lana's office at that time, right?
Where was all the security?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor?
Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Darke had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Who
Yeah,
else?
they let him keep his knife, which was weird.
What?
This happened at the police department.
Yeah, it is weird.
He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detective offices in the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Ah, the elevator where, Edgeworth's dad died? It comes back to it.
No, that was
Across
the
from the
courthouse.
elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
Aren't they? Oh, right. No, silly, didn't I tell you?
No?
2 years ago, Lana was a detective.
Mm.
She was the best in the entire force.
Somehow I doubt it. What? That's news to me.
After the Joe Darke case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
I don't think that's how that works, but
How
good for her.
Lana used to be a detective.
They were like, good job. You can investigate things. That's what we need out of our prosecutors.
I better have another talk with her. And we'll probably have to have that talk next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and feel free to check out some of our other gaming videos, our weekly podcast, Anime Yay or Nay, or our parody series, Madoka Magically Abridged. See you next time!